Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In Top Stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. What an emotional day for the family of an 11-year-old girl killed by a Republic Services garbage truck. The jury reached a verdict to award them $38.8 million.
Gracias.
She's just really thankful. She gives thanks to everybody.
You just heard from Jasmine Espana's mother, her family holding pictures outside the courtroom. The family's attorney spoke about today's verdict.
It was important to get justice for Encarnacion and her entire family because she comes from Mexico, and we saw that justice is blind and justice is equal. It doesn't matter where you're from.
As for Republic Services attorney, he previously argued the company was proactive in training and conducting a thorough investigation. Jasmine Espana was struck and killed back in 2017. The driver, Julio Cortez Solano, received several write-ups before the incident. Now to another big court case. The legal battle between UFC president Dana White and a man convicted of trying to extort him in a sex tape scandal is now playing out in the state's highest court. Review-Journal's Renee Semrauer explains. Renee?
Jen, both sides have filed briefs with the Nevada Supreme Court and are waiting to hear whether the hearing will be held. White identifying as the extortion victim. That information was kept secret by the court order in the federal case against Ernesto Joshua Ramos for several years.
Ramos, a real estate agent and a personal trainer, had pleaded guilty to threatening to make public tapes of his girlfriend having sex with White in their hotel room in Brazil during a UFC event in 2014.
White's lawyers argued there was no deal, and a Clark County district judge sided with them and dismissed the lawsuit. The lawyers called the suit a smear effort and a new attempt to extort money from White through the court system. Ramos appealed the decision to the Supreme Court. Jen?
Now to business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. A tavern in Carson City is facing more fines after violating the mask mandate twice. The Nevada Gaming Board issued the complaint against the owner of The Timbers, fined $5,000 in November. The state attorney general's office has recommended a $10,000 fine for the second offense. The Timbers in Carson City is not affiliated with the Las Vegas Tavern Group with the same name. Now to weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. Clark County is under a smoke advisory. Expect to see hazy skies as smoke from the California wildfires makes its way to the Las Vegas area. Now looking to tonight's forecast, clear skies and a cooler night with lows hitting the mid-70s. Expect slight breezes as well. And warmer days ahead with highs getting close to 110. We have more sunshine through the end of the work week, and we'll start to see some clouds this weekend along with a slight chance of rain. In Lifestyle, sponsored by Oakmont of Las Vegas Assisted Living and Memory Care. The best care for the best life. The $1.9 billion MSG Sphere at the Venetian has some exciting updates. Company officials say crews will continue to install the exterior LED lighting system and also begin work on the interior now of the more than 17,000-seat performance venue. Now, the Review-Journal is owned by the family of Dr. Miriam Adelson, majority shareholder of the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, which operates the Venetian. Plus, Las Vegas officer Shay Michelonis, who was gravely wounded on duty, is honored during a charity hockey game. All proceeds from the Pray for Shay fundraiser went to Michelonis. The Metro Police Department says, quote, he's making incredible progress.
Sports Update, brought to you by Station Casinos STN Sports. Get a bonus of up to $500 when you sign up. The Raiders reduced their roster to the 80-man limit on Tuesday, waiving wide receiver Marcel Aitman and defensive tackle Darius Stills. The team placed linebacker Darren Lee on the reserve injured list. In 1 week, the roster will be reduced to 53 men. Also announced Tuesday, legendary wide receiver Cliff Branch, who spent all 14 seasons of his NFL career with the Raiders, is the senior finalist for the 2022 Pro Football Hall of Fame. To be elected into the Hall of Fame, Cliff Branch must receive 80% voting support from the entire 49-member selection committee when it meets early next year prior to Super Bowl 56. The three-time Super Bowl winner passed away in 2019. Sports betting, brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The college football season kicks off Saturday with 5 games before a full slate next week. Alabama is the plus 295 favorite at Circa Sports to defend its title. Oklahoma is next at plus 485, followed by Clemson and Ohio State at 6-1. Georgia is at plus 750. Texas A&M leads the next tier at 21-1, followed by Texas at 32-1. UNR is 3,000-1, and UNLV pays 10,000-1.
In health, sponsored by 4M Dental. Love your smile again. We're hearing conflicting reports on the state's latest COVID deaths. As you can see from this chart, the number of deaths in Nevada have been trending downward these past few weeks. However, the state reports 46 new COVID deaths today, the highest single-day total in more than 6 months. The apparent disconnect is likely the result of experts redistributing the daily data. The moving average trends are considered better indicators of the direction of the outbreak. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Looks like Jeopardy is returning to guest hosts. Actor Mayim Bialik will return first after the resignation of Mike Richards, who will remain on as the show's executive producer. He stepped down as host after reports of past demeaning comments made about women. And he was the drummer who helped anchor one of the most legendary rock bands of all times, the Rolling Stones. Charlie Watts passed away at 80. The Rolling Stones were set to play at Allegiant Stadium in November. His publicist says Watts, quote, passed away peacefully in a London hospital earlier today, surrounded by his family, calling him one of the greatest drummers of his generation. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here for more 7 at 7 tomorrow. Take care.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.